about?
Are we live? Well, not live, but are you like...
Are we live? Live across Australia, it's Dad Pants with Stu and this guy.
They can't see me.
This is Dad Pants, and I got no Rich, I got no Matt, I got no Ben. It's the last week of the school term for the year in Australia, and two out of those three are just crawling to the finish line because they're teachers, and they've done it tough all year, putting up with people's brat kids. Annoying little kids.
I wonder who could be part of that group.
Hey, who are you?
I am... somebody.
All right.
That's not important. We are doing this podcast together.
Okay. Well, it's probably worthwhile knowing your name.
I am Dylan.
This is my son, Dylan, who's kindly agreed to join me because none of the others would. So yes, unfortunately, it's tough times for those teachers, but then they get, 18 weeks holiday or whatever it is, so...
I think it's 6 weeks.
Well...
Something like that, I don't know.
No, it's 18, I think.
Yeah, you'd think I'd know.
So, you've kindly joined me today. How are you?
I'm feeling fine, diddly dang good.
Well, that's good to hear. Talk into it.
Yes.
Yeah, so, Jesus. All right, now, should we do a bit of boasting at the start?
Okay.
Ted, we've just come back from your end of year presentation where you've won academic achievement.
Yes.
Do you feel
better? I'm better than you guys at... Well...
I don't know if we've got any listeners in your year, though.
You never... Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you never know. That's true. We might have some Year 5 kids listening to Dad Pants. You do not know. You're right. Now, you just feel like a big throbbing brain man, or what?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
Okay.
Wom.
All right. Well, I'm very proud of you because...
I think that joke isn't quite as strong when you can't see what I did.
Yeah, he was making hand movements like his brain was big and throbbing and kind of almost coming out of his skull.
I don't think that really makes the joke better, but...
Well, that's for others to decide, isn't it?
Who explains the joke?
Yeah, well, it's for others to decide. You may have won academic achievement. This is about the third time I have to tell you that you have to talk into the microphone for people to hear you properly.
Yes.
All right. So, I was saying, I'm very proud of you because you have won that, even though you've had, chunks of time off school, being a bit unwell this year with your Crohn's disease.
Yes. Suck Crohn disease, bad.
Yep.
Not want.
Yeah. Well, that's a do-it-yourself sentence. Everyone can just put that sentence together themselves, however they want it to be.
I not do like Crohn's. Do not like Crohn's.
No, we don't like Crohn's here.
English has been increased to 100.
So, yeah, but I'm sure there are times too when you've got a fair bit of pain in class, but you still have to soldier on a bit anyway, right?
Yes. Sergeant Dylan.
Soldiering on.
It's a catchy ring to it. Sergeant
Dylan?
Yes.
Do you want to join the army?
I don't really fancy getting shot. Unless it's in Halo. Well, I still don't like being shot in Halo, but it's better than being shot in real life, so...
Well, you brought Halo up, so let's talk about Halo for a second.
I just decimated my father.
You really did.
Like, actually just
you really
completely just blew him into the
took
stratosphere.
me apart. And I don't know if should be, any bit of a life yardstick. I don't think you should use Halo, but I used to wipe the floor with you all the time, and you've gotten better and better, and now you're regularly beating me.
Yeah, well, you used to wipe the floor with me because I had no idea how to play.
Yeah. Well, you got to take what advantages you can.
Yeah, well, I found the rocket launcher. That was the day Halo changed for me. And also the hammer that comes in handy as well
Yeah.
for blowing people into orbit.
Yep. Well, this isn't a Halo review podcast. This is a dad podcast. So
Well, I think I should be here then if it's a dad podcast.
well, you have a dad, so you can
Yeah,
give some.
I guess so.
You can give some thoughts on that.
Okay.
Or here, there's a good question. What makes a good dad?
Not setting your children on fire.
Okay. Is that the one and only rule, or do you have anything?
Well, you can't hit them with a belt
Okay, just a belt.
or a thong
Thong.
or just anything you can get your hands on. Just don't hit your children.
Okay.
Don't use your hands either. Don't use your hands.
All right. Physical violence aside, what do you think makes a good dad? Anything else?
Looking after your children.
Yeah. Okay. In what way?
Like, son, do you need help with your homework? No, I got academic achievement. You think I need help with my homework? Gosh.
Two questions.
Yeah.
One, are you gonna just? Is that going to be your answer to everything whenever you're asked anything? No, I got academic achievement. And why do I sound British all of a sudden?
British?
Yeah, why do I sound British? Son, would you like some help with your homework?
Oh no, man. That just kind of comes to mind. Also, yeah. Doing jobs instead of forcing your children to. Don't make them do jobs. They're children.
Okay, what do we mean by jobs?
Like,
You're talking about chores around the house.
yeah.
It's actually okay for kids to do some chores,
You should, there's a good excuse for any children. Do you want me to have a better childhood than you did? That's it. You'd be surprised on how that works.
Maybe I don't.
Oh. Well, that's
Also,
that's a key not good parenting
okay.
thing.
Well, I mean,
You'd have a good childhood.
I enjoyed my childhood.
Oh, well.
Apart from Scouts. I hated going to Cubs and Scouts, but that's
Don't make me.
Don't make
me
you.
go to Cub and Scouts.
No.
Don't make me go to Cub Scouts.
No.
I don't want to go to Cub Scouts. Please don't.
No,
Please.
we're not. Not get it? Scouts.
Funny.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
All right, so
I'm laughing right now.
let me recap. Don't belt your kids and
Yes.
don't make your kids do jobs. That's
Yes,
the idea of a good dad.
Yes. Also, like, cook, make meals.
Okay, these are all very practical things. What about?
You make a startling chili con carne, father.
Oh,
It's really just
thank you, son.
yeah.
Well, I don't know. I haven't got it on next week. No, I don't know. I'll try.
Why?
Well, because variety. We don't like to eat. We're trying to reduce how much meat we're eating. We used to have meat pretty much every day. That's a lot of noise into the microphone there for people to listen to.
Yes. The volume warning.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit late for that, but
All right. So don't beat your kids. Don't make them do anything. Feed them chili con carne.
yes.
All right. So that makes me an okay dad, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because I don't physically assault you.
Yeah. That's good. That's good.
Yeah. You do bugger all around the house. So you're not being forced to do jobs.
It's your job.
And, occasionally I'll give you...
Chili con carne.
Spiced meat. In a tomato-based sauce.
Yay.
All right. Well, what do you think makes a good kid?
Having the name Dylan Buckland.
All right. This isn't a boast.
Being 11 years old. Getting academic achievement for the second year.
This isn't just a flex
row.
podcast for you, mate. This isn't just flexing.
Oh. You also said this podcast was going to be sort of like a Christmas-themed podcast.
I'm getting to it.
Okay.
God.
Yeah,
This is the first time anyone's hurried me along in the podcast. Usually I'm hurrying other people along.
The man of quick.
So, what do you reckon as a kid? What do you reckon? What's an ideal kid? What should a kid be? What kind of attitude should a good kid have?
Good attitude.
Yeah. What does that mean though?
Kind, I guess.
Yeah.
Helpful.
Right.
God, I hate helpful kids. God.
You hate helpful kids?
No. What are you saying? I didn't.
What's wrong with helpful kids?
Nothing. What did I say? I didn't say anything.
All right. So you won't be getting a community award anytime soon. Is that what you're saying?
No, I got the academic achievement, Brodsky.
Jesus. Right.
How much do I have to melt it into your brain that I got an academic achievement? Okay.
If I hadn't mentioned it myself up top, would you be going on about it?
Oh yeah, no, I'm very modest, guys. I'm with all girls. I'm very modest.
Yeah.
If anybody loves trains, it's me, Johnny Cash. You know, if your boy's under 10 like mine is, he needs a big Lionel like this Black River Freight. Lionel also makes HO gauge trains for older kids, like this Burlington 181. But for smaller hands, the big Lionel is easier to handle and put on the track. This Christmas, get your boy a train that's built for the way young boys play. A big, rugged Lionel. Lionel, the big train for small hands.
Welcome back, and before I go on here with my son Dylan, very worth mentioning how glad we are to have Monty back and podcasting on the Dad Pans feed. In his new spin-off, even though it's the same show really, called Plaid Pants with his mate Dustin, and I really love that first episode, hearing a couple of dads from different sides of the planet, just, talking about dad stuff, getting it dad done. They did throw a few questions to me and the Pants panel, which I cannot answer because they are not here. So we might have to get to those next time. I can just give you brief answers here. We're asked if we have any cage recommendations for keeping kids in. I find that an upturned laundry basket does the trick if they're young enough. That's usually good. Is Bluey appropriately big in Australia? I think so, but my kids kind of just missed the Bluey bandwagon in terms of age interest. Are you okay, Ben? Everyone's concerned about your pool filling in and loss of lawn love. Yeah, we don't know. We think he's okay. We'll find out if we can get him to come back on. We'll find out. It was a bit of a cry for help, though, wasn't it? And any questions about Canada? I think my only question is, why is it so big with your population so condensed and not in the space? I think the answer is probably because when people do venture out of those lower population centres, they get to places like Edmonton where it's minus 30 degrees. So I think I probably answered my own question there. But yeah, population density or population spread in Canada. Weird, right? I think that's my question. Also, do French Canadians and Canadians get along all right? That's not been anything I've ever known much about. Anywho's, back to this chat. Okay, I'll take your lead and we'll talk about Christmas now because, only about a week and a bit away, isn't it?
Yes.
So, let me ask you a couple of questions.
Yes.
Do you believe in Santa?
No.
So let's talk about that for a minute.
Okay.
What was the moment when you decided you didn't believe in Santa anymore?
Well, I just kind of found out that Santa, well, he just kind of like have to go like literally 10 times the speed of light to get to every child in the world in one night.
Right.
Like, that's literally just not possible.
Okay. So it just ended up being that
Yeah.
you kind of looked at the logic of it and decided it didn't work.
Yes. It's when I got the brain for an academic achievement.
Okay. All right. So next thing I'm going to have to teach you is modesty, son.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm very modest. I'm very modest.
So, all right. So was there a moment you kind of went, hang on, this doesn't work? How did that make you feel when you kind of worked it out? Was that you rubbing your eye?
Yeah.
I could hear that in here. That was a real squelchy noise. So how did it make you feel when you realised?
Heartbroken.
Did it really?
Well, yeah, I don't like. Well, I sort of like subconsciously knew it wasn't real, but like I wanted to believe it because it sounded cool, sort of.
Yeah.
I also told all my friends I saw Santa. Yeah. Yes.
You told them that you saw Santa.
I told them I looked outside my window, and I saw a fat man with a sack.
Excuse
and
me.
Rained. Yeah.
Sure, it wasn't me.
Were you outside flying in a sleigh?
Oh, flying. Okay.
Yeah. And
Maybe I just fell off the roof.
you were flying sideways. Maybe someone kicked you off the roof. Like maybe someone got the Halo hammer and smacked you with it off the roof.
Yeah, all right.
And you were happened to be in a sleigh at the time, and have reindeer.
Okay,
attached
so
to the
hang on.
sleigh.
The story. This is going all over the shop. You told your friends that you saw Santa. Was that before, like a year or two before you realised Santa wasn't real?
It was back at Milpera.
Oh, okay. So you lied to your friends.
Yes,
Why did you do that?
because I wanted to seem cool.
Okay. Did it work?
Yeah.
People thought you were cool because you saw Santa.
And they will never know the truth.
What if kids from Milpera Primary School listen to this podcast?
Then I guess I could consider myself screwed.
Why do you feel you have to lie to impress people?
I used to, but
You don't anymore?
definitely not.
Okay. Well, I feel sad that you had to lie to make yourself seem cool, son. That's a bit off.
This was back when we were like 6 years old, man. Like, it really just doesn't.
Okay.
A lot of people did that.
Yeah, that's true. Kids do lie.
Really?
Kids be lying. So, okay. And you kind of were a little bit awkward about telling me and Mum you didn't believe in Santa anymore. Did you feel a bit, like, worried about doing that? Did you think we might get upset or something?
Hit me for not believing in Santa. You gotta believe in Santa.
I don't think we need to say that. We'd never hit you in our lives.
Yes, definitely not.
Don't be like that.
I'm kidding. I'm just joshing, broski.
So answer the question.
What was the question?
Did you feel awkward about telling us?
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah. Did you feel worried we'd be upset?
Yeah, a bit.
So what does Christmas feel like for you now that we don't have the magic of Santa Claus?
Well, I still get presents, so.
Yeah, but how does it feel was the question.
I mean, just
not,
like...
Not what do you get?
Yay, I get presents.
Okay.
But, like... hey, some fat guy that eats cookies and drinks milk doesn't exist, but I still get presents.
Well,
Not talking about you.
I'll
Not
say,
talking
yeah.
about you.
Oh, okay. All right.
No, you don't really eat cookies and drink milk that much. Well, sometimes I don't know. Well, sometimes you don't like. You'd be too busy drinking Coca-Cola, no sugar, 24/7, 365.
I don't drink it that much anymore.
You buy it literally every Saturday when we go to the shops. Like,
What's wrong with a bit of Coke, no sugar? At least it's got no sugar.
yeah, but it's still Coke, man.
Yeah? All right. You're not happy with it?
Well, it tastes disgusting.
It's not your problem, though, is it?
I think I just got rid of all of your viewers by saying Coke tastes disgusting, but
People don't feel that strongly about Coke anymore. When I was a kid, Coke was amazing. It was the bomb. And the full sugary Coke, not this,
oh my god.
not this diet for sugar.
Sugar.
Yeah, full sugar. Oh, it's so tasty. Full sugar.
Sugar Coke.
Drink it, get it down your guts.
Yeah.
12 teaspoons of sugar in every can. Do you reckon we should do an ad which is just 2 minutes long of us doing that?
Just try the all new
So
Coke
much sugar.
with 50 kilograms of sugar per serve.
It's covered in water and sugar.
We should do that. We should. That's like new Coke ads coming your way. Dad and son, and Dad's in a sleigh getting kicked off the roof.
All right, well,
I can't really rhyme.
but do you still look forward to Christmas as much? Even like presents aside, do you still look forward to Christmas as much?
Oh yeah. Well, it's like fun decorating and looking at decorations and stuff.
Yeah, we're going to do that next weekend, aren't we?
Yeah.
With you,
down to the grandparents.
with your grandma and your grandpa.
Oh yeah, man.
So, let me ask you one or two other things, and then we'll get out of here.
Yes.
What are the sort of things that worry you the most, generally in life?
That guy down the road that I stole $20 off.
Are you telling a lie to try and impress people again?
It's not a lie if I say I'm joking.
Okay. Really though.
Let me think about that for a second. Intense thinking noises amplifies. Let me think.
Do you?
Honestly, not too much.
What about like at school? Do you get on with most people?
Yeah. Gonna turn into a sad bullying podcast.
No. You're getting bullied a bit.
No.
Okay. Well, you brought it up, not me.
Yeah, not really anyone.
Okay. Gonna ask anyone out?
That's
Anyone you got your eye on? Anyone that when
you had to make this conversation turn towards this.
It's just a question.
You had to.
Is there anyone, male or female?
No.
When you're out on the playground, they walk past and you just go, "Oh, hello."
What do you mean, male or female?
And then music goes, and everything goes slow mo, and you see them walk past.
No.
Yeah. And then if someone's trying to talk to you and you're just staring, they go, "Dylan," and then you.
I'm in year 5.
So, I had my first girlfriend in year 4.
Yeah, as you've told me many, many times.
Well, I'm just pointing out that year 5 doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, but like this is like high school stuff that happens in high school.
slow-mo staring with
Yes,
music happens in
yes,
high school.
Yes, just someone just pulls up with the speakers and puts on romantic music, and then my eyes just like slowly just go.
My eyes adored you.
Yeah, pretty much just that, and that music playing as well.
Okay. All right. What-
Yeah, no.
Anything
that is
you want
no.
to talk about?
Let me think about that.
Now, you and I have been watching Simpsons, right? We
Yes.
started.
I thought you were gonna do the Simpsons thing.
Well, no, I
No.
was going to.
Let me.
We keep one of the great joys of the last. Wow, I don't know how long we've been doing it now. Maybe 2 years.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Because we're into the later
We're only
seasons
like
now.
yeah, we're only like we're in like season 2026, I think.
Yeah. So Dylan and
Some-
I have been watching every Simpsons episode from start to, and we're still going. So we're not up to date, but we're in later seasons.
Yeah.
It is getting a bit of a punish in these later seasons.
Yeah.
It's not as good as it was, but
Yeah.
one of the real joys is being able to just quote Simpsons with you.
Yeah.
And anytime anyone says, let me think, we got to go do that bit where Skinner, where the cops are trying to talk to Skinner, and he's being really slow, and he going, no, let me think. Oh.
No, yeah, Chief Wiggum's just like, huh,
Oh. Yeah.
funny.
Yes. All right. Anything you want to talk about before we leave?
No.
Why not? This is your big chance.
Well, you see,